Howdy folks, welcome to Beach Bum Creations. This is Tom, and on this channel we will show you how to take the items you find on the beach. The seashells, the seaweed, the driftwood, anything you find on the beach. We'll show you how to make lifelong memories using resin out of those things. So, there's Boogie. Together, Boogie and I will show you how to make these things. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. If you like the videos, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks. Howdy folks, welcome to Beach Bum Creations. This is Tom. For all you returners, welcome back. In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to apply resin and seashells to the frame of this oval mirror. This mirror, as you can tell, it's got a hanger here and a hanger here, so you can hang it either way. And in this particular case, I'm going to hang it long ways up and down in a portrait mode. However, I'm going to put the shells on there so it doesn't matter how you hang it. Because normally it's at 12 o'clock, if I'm hanging it like this at 12, I'll put the biggest, best shell of the project will be here at 12 o'clock. The second biggest will be at 6, 3, and 9. That way, those shells will stand out, and then all the rest are just add-ons. So, in this case, I'm going to make it to where I'll have good shells at all 4 locations, so you can hang it either way. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. How I'm going to do it, I'm going to take it all apart first and paint the frame with a Celeste blue paint. It's kind of a paint like this color here, and I don't know, you can't really see it, I guess. This color here, not this blue, more of a lighter blue like that. And then I'm going to put a blue-green rope around the inside edge and also on the outside edge. That will stop the resin from flowing. The problem with a mirror like this is it's round this way and it's round this way. So the resin flows all the different directions. So in this case, on the round things like this, I brush it on. I don't pour the resin on. I do 4 coats. The first coat, I'll just after I paint it, I'll rough it up and then just brush it on. Just a thin coat of resin. And then I'll sprinkle on some broken seashells. And those broken seashells kind of inhibit it from running so much. It doesn't stop it entirely, but it helps. And after that tacks up, I'll go ahead and add the bigger shells to the thing, and then I'll put another coat on it, coating all of those and sealing those to the frame, and then I'll add a bunch of the little ones and put another coat on it, and then I'll put a final coat covering all of it so that everything is secured. It'll last forever. Unless, of course, you take a hammer to it or a saw. So, at any rate, I'm not going to show you me taking it apart. It's no exciting thing. You don't need to learn that. In this case, these are just have these little clips. They just slide and you take them out. So, okay. I'll be right back with you in a minute. All right, I'm back and I've got it apart. So this is what I'm going to paint it with. It's just Celeste blue. I put it up on these things here so I could get this edge real good. Doesn't really matter. This whole paint doesn't really matter. It's just, instead of having white, it looks bad if you have seashells with white, but if it's blue, I painted them tan, and put sand on it, and blue to make it look like water. So either way, this is just kind of a background color. The first coat here I will put on real thin, just as a tack coat. So it just helps it from not running the next coat. I'm only going to put 2 coats. I did scuff this up before I started recording. Otherwise, this paint don't stick to it real well. All right, I'm going to let this tack up for about 10 minutes, and then I'll come back and put the final coat on it. Wow, that was a fast 10 minutes. All right, I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and put the second coat on it. All right, that'll do it. It don't want to go on. Yeah, taught that guy. All right, this is going to dry. While that's drying, this is the rope I'm going to use. If I have any cut already, that'll fit that. Don't look like it. So this is the rope I'm going to use. It's blue-green, and I'm going to put clear resin on here with bluish-green turquoise glitter in it. Maybe a little silver glitter too. So I'll be back after this dries. I'm going to go ahead and cut this rope and cut it to length. So I have some left over, but not that much. And I'll set up the heat gun to glue the rope on here. And then after that, we'll do some resining. All right, folks, I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and put this rope. I've cut 2 pieces of rope. And the first one I'm going to put on is the inside one. So I'm going to start right here and put it around. I've cut this, I put the mirror down on the box and cut this out because this, I don't want it to go past where the mirror would sit. So it's just going to sit right here on this lip, and I'm going to paint this rope with the clear anyway, so I don't really care if it runs through or not, and if it does, it's just going to hit the paper and it'll just be able to cut right off the paper. All right, that's good for that. I'll let it dry and then I'll come back and clean it up a little bit. Get rid of some of this excess glue that I messed up on. Oh, but it looks good. What we'll do next is we'll I'm going to come back and put a little silicone around here just to make sure it doesn't go leaking all over the place. Okay, we'll come back in a little bit. Alrighty folks, I'm back. I'm going to apply this silicone. It's just the general purpose silicone. Just going to do it lightly around here. Fill in any holes so the resin doesn't run off. All right, that looks good. Let this dry up a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint some resin on here and then sprinkle some shells on there. So we'll let this set up for a little bit. I'll come back then. All right, folks, I'm back, and I mixed up 40 grams of part A, 20 grams of part B, and I added some of this turquoise glitter, and also it was a little too green for me, so I added some of this ocean blue. It's just clear glitter, so there's no color in the glitter. I'm just going to paint it on. Just start right here and start brushing it on. All right, we'll let this dry. I'll come back in probably around 3 or 4 hours, and then put another, I'll glue some of the bigger ones on, and then we'll go from there. All right, folks, I'm back, and thought I'd come in here and pick out some shells, but instead of having you go through all these boxes with me, very time consuming, I went through them already and selected some shells that I think might look good on there. So I'm going to go ahead and clean them. What I use is this cleaner right here. It's just regular tile cleaner, toilet bowl cleaner that you get in the bathroom. I just poured it into this container right here. And this one here is just water. Okay, so one is the cleaner and one's water. So all I do is dip these in here. I'll give you a better one. Let's look at one like this. It's kind of all dull. You put it in for 2 or 3, 4 seconds. I do that a couple times. And then just dip it into the water. And now you can see how much color it has. So I'm going to do that to all of these, so hang on, here we go. Alrighty folks, well, I missed one. Forgot this lettered olive. Look at that. Look at that now. Beautiful. Oh, I forgot this rock shell. It's a rock snail. I like to get that point, get the point real white. The tip of that it turns white. Okay, I think I got them all now. All right, so I'll let them dry and then I'll mount them onto the frame. All right, folks, I'm back. I've, as you can see, removed that paper that was in the center, and I just laid, all these shells are just laying on there. They're just laying there. They're not glued on yet. I'm right now in the process of letting the battery charge up on the glue gun, but this is kind of what it's gonna look like. It'll change because when I go to actually put it on, it always changes. So, at any rate, hang on and I'll be right back with you. All right, folks, I'm back, and my heat gun is ready, my glue gun. I've got to apologize up front, picking up all that music. There's a cabana down there on the beach called The Point, and they play music every weekend. It's like this. So, and then they put off firecrackers, so Boogie, the dog, thinks he's got to go play with the firecrackers, so he starts barking. So hopefully we'll get through this without all that. So anyway, I'm going to start gluing these on. And don't laugh, because every single time I use this glue gun, I burn myself. Every time. All right, I got them all on. I'm just gonna let this glue set up for a little while. And the firecrackers are starting. Okay, so I'm gonna let it set up for a while, and then I'm gonna come back and brush some resin on. All right, folks, welcome back. I've got some resin mixed up here. I put about 20 minutes ago, and I forgot already. Put 18 grams of Part A and 9 of Part B. Whew, it's getting hot fast. And whenever you pour, it's good to have alcohol, if you like, paper towels, because if you get resin on your hands, alcohol, it'll clean it right off. And I like to have a pointer after I do this, because the glue gun puts these little stringers all out, and you can't see them. But when you go to brush this resin on, you'll see them. It'll look like a spider web. All of a sudden, they just glow. And so I'll use this to pick it off. So I'll just start brushing. It's ready. It's very ready. And this time, on this particular coat, I'm not going to brush everything. I'm just going to brush, see, there's one right there. I'm just going to brush around the shells, because I want wherever the shells touch in the frame to get resin so that it'll adhere, act as a glue. That's just the main thing here, is just for that. Okay, that does it. I'm just gonna let this set up and just tack up so where it gets, just where these don't move at all. And then I'll go ahead and I've got a whole bunch of more little ones to fill in some of these little holes. So I'll put those on, and then I give it one more coat and it seals everything. So we'll see you in a little bit, about 4 or 5 hours. Alrighty folks, I'm back. It's the next day. I didn't have a chance to get this done, so it's the next day. I've mixed up 14 grams of part A, 7 of part B. I've already stirred it for probably 5 minutes. I let it sit for a little bit and then stirred it again for a couple minutes. So, as always, once again, alcohol is good to have, along with the paper towel. On this one, I'm going to be using a small brush, and I'm just going to paint the little shells that I put on. It kind of got tacky. You see that it's not moving now, these little ones. So I'll be painting over those, and then some of these bigger ones that, like the Sunray Venus, don't look too glossy, so maybe a little more there. And this, and just in case, so you need it to pick something out of the resin. And as always, on something like this, I like to smooth out the resin, so I have my heat gun available. It's not for bubbles in this case, so it's just to go ahead and smooth it out. Let it get hot and run, and give it a nice, even, thin coat. So here we go. We're gonna start right here at the top. Dab those ones. Alrighty folks, that'll do it. They're all got a nice coat on it right now, so I kept screwing with this one over here because I found this today, and you don't find this. It's called a purplish Tageus or something like that. Tageus, I don't know how to pronounce it. Tagelus. So I don't know. I don't hardly ever find it, but I found it this morning, so it wasn't tacky when I stuck it on. So that's why I was screwing with that one. And then this one over here, I didn't put any on it because the name of it, and so it's not supposed to be shiny. So all right, I'll just go ahead and hit this with the heat gun real fast. Sometimes it'll have a little bubble right on the shell and it'll pop that. So like right now on this cowrie right here, the bubble right on the top, and now it's smoothed out. And these big flat ones like this rose color, okay, that'll do it. And I'll take it outside once this dries and do a final video on it. Be right back. All right, this is item number 136. It's an oval mirror designed to be hung either in a portrait mode or the landscape mode. I didn't do like I normally do and put a real big thing at 12 o'clock. So I'll start at the top and try to tell you what kind of shells are on this mirror. Right there, the white one is a channel duck clam. This is a Morton's egg cockle. The little white one with the stripes, that's a coquina. The brownish one, that's a flat scallop. That little white one there, kind of round, is a slipper shell. That's a Florida rock snail. This one here is a sunray Venus. I try to point to them. Sunray Venus. It's a calico scallop. This is a dusky cone. It's a Chinese hat. This is a worm. This one here is called a princess egg cockle. It's the same as this one right here, just a smaller one. This is a Atlantic cockle. It's another slipper shell. I'm not sure what that is, positively. This is called a crossbarred arc. This is called a crossbarred Venus. And this is a rose petal talon. You can barely see it. It goes way back in there. That's another scallop of some kind, I don't know. This is a different type of cockle than this one. This is a true tulip. This one some people call a rough scallop or noble scallop. This is a Martin spike auger. I don't know what that one is in the back there, back here. It's a piece of it looks like an angel wing almost. There's a transverse arc right here. Another sunray Venus. I've been calling those tiger paws. I don't know what they really are. This is a sunray Venus. It's also the same as this one, just smaller. The princess egg. This is a pearl oyster. It's a keyhole lippet of the calico. This is a spiny paper cockle. It's another lippet. It's called a average or normal or something like that. It's another normal. Cowrie. This one's called a white Irish scallops. There's another one. This is a sunrise talon. Another, I think this is called a lady Venus or lady scallop. I don't know what that one's called. It's another Chinese hat. Another slipper shell right here. It's a combed Venus, Panamic combed Venus. Another limpet, tiger's paw or kitten's paw. There's another crossbarred. This one's another paper, spiny paper. It's another rose petal, flat scallop, sunray Venus, coquina, turkey wing. Another scallop there. This is called a lettered olive. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what that one is either. I don't know. This one's called a New Zealand clam. This one's called a chalky, a chalky cockle. You can see it's not shiny, it's chalky. It's an alphabet cone, sunray Venus again, coquina. That's a transverse arc. No, crossbarred arc. I don't know what that one is. This one is a bittersweet. I don't know what this one is. It's another Irish. It's another noble scallop underneath that crab cloth. It's the only animal on this. This is a paper fig. These two here, they're not matching pairs, but those two are angel wings. They're Irish. Okay, and that'll do it for item number 136.